widescreen? Yes.
Meme games. Meme.
Okay. Yeah. You ready? Okay, I'll give you a. Alright, you give me the countdown?
You give me it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Bleed. This is a super indie game that is actually really awesome. We played Ren, I believe. I don't know how to pronounce the name well, but yeah. But the concept, or like the basic concept is you're Ren, you can move really fast with lots of dashes, and you get 3 per jump. So I'm trying to, every time I land, maximize my movement. I'm getting hit by a lot of dudes because, whoops, I'm trying to talk at the same time, and a little bit iffy at that. As for shooting stuff, I have machine guns right now. There's about 2 weapons that are used in the run normally, with an occasional appearance from the chainsaw, but right now it's going to be machine guns for a while, and then eventually I'll bust out something called White. Now, a gimmick I haven't really used all that much of is slow motion. The reason is because it's useful, but it's slow motion, so you move slower. So use it every now and then for movement like that. I'll use White a bit here. So there's a combo meter in the top right. As I get hit or do damage, either it goes up or goes down. I want to try and maximize it because the combo meter will affect my damage output with the second gun. Like now I'm firing purple shots, I do a bunch of damage, and the boss just gets shredded to pieces. This game's really fun, really cool to play, but as a speedrun, it's pretty RNG dependent because boss attacks are entirely random, so sometimes we'll get good RNG, sometimes we'll just get dunked. As for the gameplay, it's very fast, it's very easy to get chained down with damage and bursted down. And also this is New Game Plus, you can start the game with no upgrades, and if that's the case, going for a speedrun is hard, but it's an interesting challenge. I just have a lot of lookout easy kill. That's first level down. There are 7 levels total, and it gets progressively more difficult. You're trying to become the #1 hero in the world, and all the other heroes are old and crappy, and you don't like them very much. The plot of this game is very, very kind of silly, comic book-esque, but it's fun. So this is kind of an auto-scroller section. I just have to dodge.
That's the tiny section of the DK64 boss fight there with those.
Yes. On very hard, this is just a normal, surviving becomes a huge issue. Like, it's already an issue in the speedrun, you can very easily get chained down, but in very hard mode, just learning the patterns and not getting hit non-stop is pretty tremendous. I used the slow motion a few times just to make sure areas are safe. I want to try and maintain as much combo as possible, and I just got hit there. I also forgot to turn off wall jumping, which is a mechanic that is useful for your first time through. It actually tends to eat more time while speedrunning. I'm low on HP actually, I might die here. It's a little bit embarrassing. Like no time at all. The only time dying really costs you in this game, and even for a casual playthrough, is on boss fights. And this is actually the second boss. You can see him and actually shoot at him doing a little bit of damage, but not that much. The issue is he can hit you very easily, and he's pretty random. So this is Stu and Guppy. They are 2 worms that are married. I believe one saved the other, and I can't quite hear the game well, so some of the audio cues are a bit off. They will home shots in, and I have to just constantly be dodging. And let's see, I should be able to get him on the next or pass after it. Also, I really like the music for this game, but a lot of people hate it. I don't know. I'm a fan. So welcome to the robot level. If I hit lasers, it will trigger a bunch of enemies to spawn, which can be good, can be bad. Watch out for getting sniped out here too. Essentially, it's really easy to get swarmed here. Like a lot of levels, because of how the enemy movement works and how little invincibility you have, it's just kind of hoping you don't die quite often. Like for example, I got sniped out of the air and I got kind of sniped right there. Shoot. There it goes. Take a slow motion route. So I just... it's a death, I apologize. I don't know. This has become a let's play. Oh, you guys should see how Super Door this means maximum let's play. This is the wall jump in action. Like, I couldn't actually get to that corridor easily because I was stuck doing the wall jump. So I was trying to dash and go a little bit faster. But like, the issue with this level in surviving it is once you hit the robots, it's a little bit faster to hit through the robots, but it's easy to get really heavily swarmed because I can't hit through the walls. So robots coming out of the walls are hard to deal with, and it's just very easy to get chunked down quickly. I actually normally have a death in here anyways, just for just go fast. Let's see, yeah, chainsaw time. So there are a bunch of weapons in the game, but most of them just aren't very good, unfortunately. There's a chainsaw. Chainsaw you think would be really good for close range, like swarms of enemies, but there's actually a brief pause when it hits. But here it has enough AoE where it's usually pretty good. Let's see, I just need to survive one more shot, so I need to survive and I'll die one shot, so a little bit of slow motion to make this safe. I'm gonna try to minimize slow motion use too, so it seems a little bit trickier. That guy should die on his own. Mini boss. Ah, damn. If you had a bad pattern, you'll probably get hit once, and it's very easy to just get killed. So normally you'll take a hit by jumping into him. Shit. You don't take a hit like that though. But dying does not cost a lot of time in this game, unfortunately. Yeah, the chainsaw does a ridiculous amount of damage, and you can transition to white because it builds a combo really fast too. Like I went from no rank to S rank in a few seconds. So here I actually want to go a little bit slower, which might be kind of odd, but if I slow down a little bit, I'll make sure I maintain my combo meter. Because if you stop firing or if you stop hitting enemies, it's very easy to lose a combo. And then quick slow down here because an enemy can spawn underneath you. This is the robot heavy metal hero, White Mark II. Theoretically, this is based off the weapon I'm using right now. I'm gonna use slow down a little bit for his attacks because I can't quite hear what he's doing. So lots of missile spawn. Oh god. Actually, I can maximize damage right here. No, for sure. Like it just takes a few seconds of shooting down a boss with max L white to shut him down. And he's down. He's actually based off another character you can play called White Mark I, who all he does is he has the gun that I'm using right now, the white, and that's his only weapon. The problem is he's not very good because he has this for his primary fire at the start. Just little white shots. Oh, I need to get my machine gun back out. So machine gun is the best kind of just stable weapon. You can use it for most enemies and it's pretty safe. I was a little bit slow on that. I would probably die. Oh, cool. So if you slow down time, you'll move faster than everything else in the world still. So even though I'm also moving slower, I'm still moving relatively faster than everything else. There we go. The second select, you just match the space bunch. As for the mini bosses can be a little bit rough. It depends on what patterns you get, which is a significant source of RNG, like I said. So the focus is either getting good patterns, or if you don't, just trying to not get hit. The rest of the section, I want to have yeah, this is a good amount of rating. So if I can maintain it for the rest of the level, it should be solid. There's not a lot of place to really build it up because there's a little auto-scroller section and not too many enemies spawn. If I shoot the ship, I'll maintain my meter, but if I stop firing or stop dodging, it'll go down. But it won't increase unless I dodge, which, whoops, dodging to an enemy. Dodging only counts as a dodge if you're actively using the dash skill. So I can get close to bullets, but it doesn't matter unless I actually use a dash. And A is not going to be quite good enough to kill the boss super quickly. I should be able to, there we go, transition before I get hit by all those bullets that are heading towards me. So Speed Bunny is pretty interesting in that she's one of the few bosses that is actually affected by the time slowdown differently. She's really, really fast as your gimmick, so if I slow down time, I'll be able to get more pot shots in. And one more shot, down. There's actually like little bits of lore behind every boss. Like this is the army boss, which is part of a secret installation and like a secret weapon developed by the army. Most of the heroes are non-human, as in none of the heroes are human. And it's not really ever explained, but I'm okay with that. This is just waiting for the locks to open. The spawns are actually random, so it can be easy to get picked off of it. And if you're standing by the door waiting for the exit to open, it's easy to get hit by an extra shot. Spawns are relatively static here. That is inconsistent as hell to get. I'll just use wall jump here. Yes. This is actually another place where slowing down time is super useful, because if I slow down time, I can make it past that beam without taking a shot. So yeah, every level I believe except one. Actually, I think they all do have one mini boss and the final boss. The exception being the final level. So just going through the levels, you have to kind of get used to fighting the various cores plus the boss, and the cores get explained in the cutscene. There's a bad guy. There's a bad guy all along. Because theoretically, Rin is kind of the hero, because these guys are just doing nothing, and she's kind of killing them all. And that should do it. I'll have to actually take a death in this next section to get a quick kill. So I'll do that after this auto-scroller part. For speedrun strats, the theoretically optimal time would be to do this in arcade mode, where you get one life and you don't regenerate HP between levels, because that cuts out all the transition cutscenes. Because normally you have to exit the level, get your score, all that jazz, and I have to kill myself now. So I'll have enough HP to survive. And weapons. And Chainsaw comes back up. So if you get behind this guy, and the problem is you take damage just from being in the water, you can just drill him down really quickly, much faster than even fight with meter. The problem is if you don't have like about half HP, you'll die just in the water. Those are a bit annoying because they can spawn underneath you, but they tend to be relatively safe just to stand through them out. This fall is just the worst to not be slowed down. I think even the world record, which is about 13 minutes, uses slow down there. Here's the army secret weapons. It's a missile! All the attacks are random. You want missile primarily, but this is pretty good too, and that's actually a really good pattern. So he's down. You can also get a shark that jumps into the ground and explodes out and is hard to hit, and a bomb that's just kind of a jerk. And fighting the dragon, he's too powerful to fight head-on, so he actually dug into his stomach by getting eaten in a giant apple. And I need the machine gun out. I think that's it for the chainsaw for the game. Yeah, if you move too slowly, the apple digests and you'll get instantly killed. Also, there's actually the one section where I don't want to kind of fire randomly, because if you fire randomly, the yellow guys will explode like that. So you want to fire if there's an enemy nearby, because they do fire shots out, or to clear those bricks, which a lot of them are placed primarily right by yellow guy. Also, those like this will, I think they're cell walls. They respawn, and if they do, you will die instantly if you hear them. And this is probably the most frustrating boss in the game. Because the bubble core will spawn random bubbles, and they're very, very random, very RNG. More importantly, you can keep yourself alive and not hit a maintain meter if you kill them, but it takes a while to do that, and eventually it just builds up very quickly. Also, when he gets nearby, he can spawn bubbles directly on top of you. So most of the time you just have to use machine gun. It's also really hard to build a meter in this last section too. And there we go. So hopefully I should be able to get to the final boss without getting hit. And or the final hero without getting hit and maintaining some good meter. Well, maybe not. So these will just constantly respawn, and you have to clear out what's kind of already there. You can slow mode for it. It's not really too bad what happens as long as you clear out what you can. And then making it super safe by going slow mode is not a bad idea, considering my HP right now. So if I got a bad spawn, because some of those cells will include orbs or spores and oops. An unfortunate side effect when you zoom in is it does, or when you use slow mode is it zooms in, which kind of, well, I got shot, which was my own fault, but whoops, I'll blame the zoom in. The good news is I'm getting a lot of meter, which you get from killing so many enemies, and also the spores every time you dodge a shot. It's been really handy. Something nice is you start that room jumping so you can dash right away. And this is the Dragon Heart. If you get a good boss pattern, you can take him out almost immediately. No, the walls are closing. It's a bad boss pattern. This would be the risky strat to just kind of go straight for him with a little bit of slow mode. Because the floor is currently moving, and there you go. And now for a cutscene. Dragon falls to the earth, whatever. I like the plot in this game, but no time for it. This is the final level, and it's all about kind of like getting a good straight up and straight and narrow. Which, once you start zooming in, if you can keep dodging, you can maintain meter and not lose a lot of HP. It's a very long slog, so normally a death will happen here through the boss rush. But if you get that good straight line, it feels really good, and it's also very, very fast. Those robots from the first room can actually fire shots all the way to the last room, which makes constant dodging a bit of a pain. So coming in with the C is not the best thing. It's okay, not that great. There's a flower. The television announcer is a flower guy, but boss rush. So you get every boss but twice. There are some different effects. Double shark is not particularly great.
That was so weird.
Double shark. This is a good combo because you'll just get a lot of damage in. There are no two Dragon Hearts because he's too big to fit in the museum. Like, this is a hero museum. Let's see, there goes one, down goes the other, and I have a lot of meter for the rest of the fights. So, Speed Bunny with... Oh, I want S really badly. Okay, I think I can actually kill... You can kind of stagger it and I can kill... Oh my god. I got sticky key. You can kill those pretty much in one sequence right there. Like if you maintain S rank for most of this, it saves a bunch of time. Even A rank actually is huge. I believe the B rank is when the weapon is equal to the machine gun in damage. So just maintaining high ranking is the hardest part about this game, or not dying sometimes. It kind of varies depending on the boss. Oh yeah, you get 4 ones by the way. But something I like about this is that a lot of the earlier bosses are significantly easier when they're in the pairs. Because there's a lot of projectiles that can fly around with these guys. It can be very easy to just get caught off guard. Alright, A rank for Guppy. This is actually good because I should be able to not get hit for the most part. Though there's I got spawned into. But it's also easy to build meters, so as long as I don't take too many hits, I'll be okay. I have to make sure I'm not in risk of dying to the final boss. Because the final boss can very, very easily kill me. that. So the final boss is like the ultimate RNG. Okay, if he gets Katana, he has every weapon I have access to. If he gets Katana, I'm pretty much screwed. He actually doesn't have the machine gun or some of the special unlocks. No Katana, no Katana! Oh, this is cool. So I can just kind of kill him now. He's gonna fire a giant rocket. And that's it. Oh, time! Oh! Huh? I'm 8 seconds above estimate.
Great job. You did it. You beat him.
No, she did it. She beat him. It will actually be directly referenced. Also, she's very, very self-confident right now. See, she did it, but we helped her out.
Just told me where to go, what to shoot at, how to move there. That was really nice.
How they share my screen too.
Just being emotions for me.
Actually, wait, let me show the. I don't know if I can show this without skipping too much. Best players of all time. Okay, so that's that for Bleed, and I guess Electronic Super Joy is the next game.